He's running north and oh no! He got caught digging through the trash. Oh no, the mayor thinks he's foul. This is Aramis. He just quit his job working for, these people. Luckily, he has a farm inheritance, which he promptly buggers off to without any further consideration. He quickly picks up any seeds that have been gifted to him as he's already starving from his trip. He considers watching TV, but decides it's better to get started quickly. With much enthusiasm, he rushes outside to plant his parsnips, but he's got a plan. He realizes he's been in an office job for years. He's very unfit, so he only clears and prepares a small section of land. There we go, humble beginnings. It seems like farm work really takes it out of him, and he's carrying around all these tools the entire time. Looks like he's making himself a chest to store everything he doesn't need right now. But he keeps his scythe and his hoe on him. Will he tell us soon why he's kept those? He says the scythe is to simply cut his way through the grass. It uses no energy, and he's hoping for any mixed seeds from the shrubs. Oh, look at that, he's found two. He says he's going to plant those later. The shops might be open by now, but he wants to go for a quick wander in the countryside, stretch his legs, and find some forageables. Oh, look at that, spring onions. He thinks these could be here quite often and should check them every day, as they will be a source of energy for him. He's finally made his way to the shop with everything he wants to sell. Before heading inside, he checks the calendar. Hey, it's Lewis's birthday on Sunday. Maybe give the old man a gift and hope he's generous? I mean, he is the mayor. This is Pierre. Pierre sells seeds and also a bigger backpack. Aramis will get to that later. Right now, he's going to sell all those spare foraging items and buy a bunch of seeds. Looks like he's got a plan in mind. 2 cauliflower, 2 potatoes, 2 beans, and the rest of his money he spends on parsnips. Before planting, he looks to be searching for more mixed seeds. He's finally clearing some extra space for all those other crops he bought today, as well as making sure that the land around his farming area is clear. Oh no, he's growing weary. Luckily, he found all those spring onions down south. They aren't much, but they are enough. He managed to plant 42 crops today, and he's feeling mighty proud. He also leveled up his foraging skill. Good job, mate. Here he begins his second day with much vigor. His mailbox is something. The shopkeeper is mocking him about his minimal bag space. The nerve. The local fisherman has returned. He will go see him, but first, he will water his crops and chop down a few more trees. Why? Because Aramis wants to make another chest, of course. And there he goes to see the fisherman. So, he met Willie, he skipped the cutscene, got his fishing rod, and now he's foraging the beach. And here's the reason for carrying his hoe. Do you see those worms? He just found an artifact by digging them up. He'll get to those later. He's running north and oh no! He got caught digging through the trash. Oh no, the mayor thinks he's foul. Maybe his idea of giving him a gift is scuttled. Never mind, now he wants to go fishing. But where? And why the chest? Aramis decided to set up shop at the lake, but says other people are free to fish wherever they please. The chest is for storage. He's going to spend the rest of the day fishing. So, after a whole day of fishing, this is what he got. Heaps of fish and plenty of treasure chests as well. Some resources, rice shoots, and a chicken statue? He's only going to take so much home today. Lucky he brought the chest. So, end of the day, he gained 2 fishing levels and made 1500 from his day of fishing. Nice! Dawn of the 3rd day. Apparently it's raining outside. Blessed rain means no watering today. Aramis would have been aware of this if he had checked the television. Let's cover this now. One bad habit he needs to continue from his old life is spend some time watching TV every day. The Weather Channel lets him know whether or not he can skip watering his crops the next day. The Luck Channel gives him a heads up on how the game will generally treat him for the day. Good luck, he will find more forageables or have better chances of finding more ores in the mines. The Cooking Channel teaches him new recipes. It's important to watch this every Wednesday and Sunday. And Living Off the Land gives helpful tips on what's going on in the countryside. He rearranges his TV so he can watch it from his bed, as he doesn't want to make that mistake again. As it's raining, he's chopping down some trees and clearing the land because he's not spending that energy watering crops. Good idea. He got plenty of rice shoots while fishing yesterday. He makes sure to plant them near a water source. He quickly decides to plant some trees so he has a future supply of wood. And now he's back off to the lake while foraging on the way. At this point, Artemis wants you to know that if you struggle with fishing, you can buy a training rod from Willy for 25 gold. Using this rod gives the player a bigger green bar. You can only catch basic fish, but you still get the same experience, and it's still possible to get treasure chests. Get the training rod if you struggle, because fishing is amazing. Hey, look at that! Artemis got himself a diamond from a chest. Definitely worth it. Ah, damn it. With all that excitement, he forgot his energy level, and now he's exhausted. Exhaustion causes him to move slowly. If he eats food, he can get his movement back, but he will still be penalized the next day. Seeing as he's role-playing, he accepts his shame, and he waddles all the way home. Worth it! Okay, Thursday. See that energy penalty? Don't do what Artemis did. Oh, come on! He got 2 crows? Get out of here, you cretins! Don't worry, he will have the item to ward off crows soon enough. After some foraging, he decides to visit the town. He sees the notice board which has a job request from a villager. Collect copper. He can't do that till tomorrow, mate. Also, it seems he wants that bigger backpack, and now he can carry more stuff. He has a sneaky scavenge in the bin outside, and he finds himself some cookies. This is a fun way to find food sources in the start of the game. And a cola, and another one! He visits the museum and he makes a deal to make donations, so long as it benefits him. He visits the local blacksmith and he finds out this is where he can go to upgrade his tools. Before heading up to his fishing spot, he introduces himself to a few more townsfolk. He gives the starving homeless man a spring onion. He checks his social diary and sees people who he has met, if he's spoken to them today, and how many more gifts he can lavish them with on a weekly basis. Speaking of which, he checks his quest journal, and as he has made a donation to the museum, he's been paid 250 gold for it. He decides to fish for the rest of the day. Another fishing level, and he has made 1000 for the day. Day 5 is a big one for him. Marnie has found a stray animal. Always remember to name your pet appropriately. His first harvest of parsnips is ready. He collects all of his hard work. He waters all the vacant spaces because he plans on buying more seeds with the profits which he will sell directly to Pierre. He sees that the local mine has opened so he can finally go to the mines. He notices a traveling merchant in the forest who might have rare and unusual goods. Says she will be here every Friday and Sunday. The more you know. Artemis has a hunch that if he enters the town from the bus stop today between 8 and 1 o'clock, he will get a special cutscene. The mayor shows him the old community center. Long story short, enter this building afterwards and interact with this glowing stone to get this quest started. He buys his next lot of crops after selling all of his hard work, but he makes sure not to overbuy on crops, otherwise he spends all his time watering. He expands his plot and plants all of his new crops. As he makes his way to the mines, he quickly picks up his old fishing chest. He meets Marlin, who gives him a sword, and he's free to travel down into the mines. He puts down his chest, stores everything he doesn't need, and he climbs down into the mines. He has to use the stairs as the elevator isn't working. Yet. He plans to mine for the rest of the night to get ores and precious metals. He makes it all the way down to level 5, and he's able to use the elevator now. Ding! The mines can be covered in a whole other video, which he has already done. He has made a long, comprehensive guide to the mines, which he will link at the end of this video for those wanting to know more. This is the haul from the night of mining. He remembers Clint wanting to look at copper ores, so he runs down to the saloon where he is sure to find him, and get paid handsomely. He heads home for the night, and he has gained his first farming level, and he will be able to make that scarecrow tomorrow. Saturday morning, and he is greeted by Clint, who gives him blueprints to make a furnace, which he will make soon. He checks his mail, and the wizard has summoned him. After he does his chores, he builds himself a scarecrow and places it down to protect his crops. And then he's off to meet the wizard. Off to meet the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. After a cutscene with the wizard, he can now understand the language that the tablet in the community center was written. Before running back there, he quickly makes himself a furnace and starts smelting copper bars for crafting in the future. Once at the community center, he makes a donation of the spring forageables and he is rewarded with 30 spring seeds, thus starting the long quest to complete the community center. The community center is a long, complicated journey that requires many items for all of its bundles. Artemis says he's created a short mini-series that covers each section in detail, and he will link the playlist at the end of this video. He rushes home and he makes another planting section for all these spring seeds, as he'll get lots of forageables from these. On Sunday, he does a few bits and pieces. He donates to the museum and Gunther gives him 9 cauliflower seeds, which is an absolute bounty. He makes himself fertilizers, which he can use on all future crops now, and he says you should do the same. With the spring forageables, he can use one of each to make spring seeds. He can either plant them like he did before, or he can sell them for 350 for every 10 seeds, which is a great way to make money in the early season. He remembers it was Lewis's birthday today, thinks he might have a spare flower. He seems to like it. What, no hearts? Is this about the trash can incident? Mate! Artemis is enjoying his new life as a farmer, and he's looking forward to discovering more of the lifestyle, but thinks this is enough for new players to learn from. With that, he bids you farewell and hopes you enjoy the game. Cheers, peace out.